blasters, let's go, let's go. Gonna break it down, piece by piece. Nerf's got a secret we'll release.
What is up, Nerf Nation, and Happy New Year. It is your boy Normatico, and I am here with a blaster review of those things that it is a slow time of year for blaster releases, and I had to turn to Temu for my next review. Now, Temu, you can actually find all sorts of blasters, usually a whole bunch of the generic ones that are made by Asian manufacturers. Occasionally, you'll find a really cool blaster on there, such as the Unicorn, or the, I want to say the XML 1014 shotgun blaster, which is actually really cool. I'll be doing a review on one of those very shortly. But I picked up this one right here. This, I believe it was an M1014 something or another. They don't even have an actual box packaging, as I can see. It's just the cardboard box wrapped with the Temu paper. Now, what I can tell you based on the details is that this does come from the Guangdong province of China. Guangdong. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If there's anybody in Asia that can actually correct my pronunciation of that, I am always willing to learn. But let's take a look to see what is inside this box. So we're going to actually use our scissors here to cut open this tape and see just what is inside. All right, so a quick little change of positions here. And let's see. All right, well, that works. We have darts, we have a blaster, we have shells, and that's it. And we have a sight. Okay. M1014. That's tiny. I like the colors of it. Okay, all right, so it is a break action. That's kind of cool. It does have a Picatinny rail here, and there is a sight. Let's see if the sight's decent. Well, I'll be damned. That sight actually does work. It does magnify a little bit. Or maybe it just shrinks everything down, and you only think it's magnifying. But the point is that it is a functional sight. Now we're going to put this rail. Now, I can tell you that this looks like 3/4 length darts, as opposed to half darts, but seeing as it does come with shells, we can probably fit half darts in here. Interesting color shells. They're almost like a coppery brass color. Cellophane one cut open. Is there a fold here? It looks like there might be a... I'm not going to wrap this back up. Okay, all right. That's kind of nice. Actually, these feel really comfortable. Now, these are the ones that do come with some of the other shell ejecting blasters. As you can see, they are slightly smaller. But it looks like the inner diameter is the same. So maybe you can actually swap these out. We'll see. I can tell you that the construction of these, they do not look quite the same. It does feel like injection molded plastic, but it has a rougher edge. It does not have the rubber seal there. So maybe they're not going to perform as well. I'm wondering if these will actually fit inside of here. They do not. So you do have to use these shells with this blaster, but that is okay. Now, of course, we have our darts here. Let's open these bad boys up. Looks like those are hard-tip darts. They are FVJs. So you're probably not going to use this in competitive club play. And hopefully this blaster doesn't shoot very powerful, because this might hurt if it hits somebody at a high velocity. Of course, you just load these up into the shells, like so. You load up your blaster. And, nope, there's no priming mechanism. How do you prime this thing? How? Oh, okay. So, it doesn't come with instructions, folks. So you actually just pull that to prime, and then it fires. So the priming action on this thing, again, it does not have instructions with this. That is a big flaw that I can see. you pull back on that to prime, and then you fire. So that's kind of neat. Now, all in all, this is about 1.5 feet in length. So it's not too long at all. It's not too short either. It definitely suits the build. This is something that I would probably give to a 5 or 6 year old, and they would have fun with it. It does look like an actual tactical shotgun blaster style. So that is okay. Now, I believe I paid $16 for this thing, and yeah, so far I'm all right with this purchase because, again, you can probably get something that performs better out of Hasbro or any of the other brands, but what it does have is a little bit of creativity. It has a break action. It does eject the shell, of course. It is a shell-utilizing blaster. And the build quality of it does seem to be pretty good. And that prime, it works. So let's take a look here. The design itself, it's kind of comfortable. It's a little bit small for me, but again, for a 5 or 6 year old or a 7 year old, even an 8 year old, this might work. This might be decent. So let's switch views so you can actually see how it looks like compared to the rest of my body. All right, so on all, this blaster actually does feel pretty comfortable in my hands. Got some pixie fur already on it. Pixie, quit getting your fur everywhere. Anyways, so yeah. Now, what I was trying to say to the site is it is adjustable here. Let's take a look here. It looks to be adjustable at least. Yep, it is. You just twist that knob, and it does do a little bit of adjustment. Nothing too great. But for a little toy, that's actually kind of fun, and something that in the hands of a child, they can actually use their imagination and imagine they are zooming in like they were a sniper with a shotgun. Because only in a child's imagination would a sniper be able to utilize a shotgun. Oh well, it's $16. I'm not mad. Now the priming mechanism, okay, just pull that back and you are ready to fire. I do enjoy the fact that you can actually just push that button forward. That is actually a really easy grip and a real easy, I guess I should say, maneuver to just push your finger forward, and that does eject it. So, oh, that's a problem though, because just the slightest touch and that thing ejects. So you want to make sure that your finger is actually pulled all the way back when you do that, or else you risk ejecting the shell. But that's actually a pretty smooth motion. I'm okay with this design. I wish there were some perfections about it. Now, there's one thing I'm going to draw to your attention really quick, just to let you know. Because of the fact that it does use shells that are loaded with darts, you are going to want to get the best performance out of your darts by doing a simple, very simple modification. So, the general rule of thumb is that the better the seal the dart has inside of the shell, the faster it's going to fly out. So if the dart is really loose, as it is in this one, it shakes out of the shell. So when it shoots out, it's not going to get the most power. Now, what I like to do with these things is that I take a little bit of tape, this is painter's tape, and you just wrap a layer of paint around the dart. Not paint, tape around the dart. In this case, I'm going to do about 2 layers, just because I want to make sure that it makes a snug fit. And we're going to test with this dart compared to the other darts in the set, so you can see just what I'm referring to. Now, I have measured with other shell ejection blasters that you can get an increase of anywhere between 15 to 20 FPS. The problem with this is that you need to make sure that you remember which darts are yours, especially if you're taking it out for club play or HVZ play. But seeing as you're wrapping it with paint, or I should say with tape, your darts are already marked. And it doesn't really affect very much the flight path of the dart. Now that is a much snugger fit. Hopefully the spring is powerful enough to eject this. We will see here really quick. Let's do a quick little test fire with this thing. It does fire, so wow, that's ejects pretty well actually. I meant to do that. I swear, I meant to do that. I didn't mean to do All right. Now, unfortunately, because of the fact that we do have the snowstorm that just happened recently, I am not going to be able to take this sucker outside and measure how far it fires. We will do some indoor testing, though, and let's get to that really quick. Up next, the chronograph test.
Old or new, we'll check the scene. Worth the bucks or just a dream. For kids, for teens, for the keen. We'll test the best you've ever seen. Blast away, day by day. We'll find the ones that play the way. Second-hand blasters, you know the name. In this game, we rise to fame. Feel that beat, it's coming in hot. Drums are pumping, hit the spot. Blasters fire, we won't stop. Hey, tune in now, we're on top. Hey. Show. Second-hand blasters, let's go, let's go. Gonna break it down, piece by piece. Nerf's got a secret we'll release. Old or new, we'll check the scene. Worth the bucks or just a dream. For kids, for teens, for the keen. We'll test the best you've ever seen. Blast away, day by day. We'll find the ones that play the way. Second-hand blasters, you know the name. In this game, we rise to fame. Feel that beat, it's coming in hot. Drums are pumping, hit the spot. Blasters fire, we won't stop. Hey, tune in now, we're on top. Hey.
All right, so final thoughts. Now, you didn't get to see a distance test, but that's okay because it is a shotgun style blaster. I do not expect a lot of distance with this, same way that I would not actually use a shotgun to fire from a great distance. So, yeah. Not to mention, there's like 7 inches to 8 inches of snow on the ground. Not my idea of fun with a blaster. You know, the chronograph, it got up to 50 with the half darts. It did hit up to 49 with the 3/4 length darts. The taped dart, for some reason, it got right around the same as a regular dart did. So, you know, take that for what it is. I don't know if it's the shell, but usually that does work. It definitely works with the other shells, the longer shells. So, I don't know. I think it might be the dart type itself. I know that with the other blasters that have used the shell ejection, I guess, firing systems, if I use the classic Zuru darts on them, they seem to perform really well. They actually go a lot faster than, say, a Bamboo 2 or something out of it when it's cut down to size. So I might actually retest with that in the future. I'll let you know in a future video if anything does that, or I should say I'd let you know in the actual community page. But yeah, I mean, in general, you are not buying this to take to a club competition or for competitive play. That is not what this blaster is for. This blaster is more for something to mess around in the house with the kids and to basically disadvantage yourself if they're using something from Hasbro, because it doesn't shoot as far or as powerful as, say, a Nerf product, but it doesn't promote that it does. So I'm not too unhappy with this. In fact, I would have to say, and I was asked about this, how would I rate this? And on a scale of 1 to 10, when you compare it to all other blasters, with 1 being the worst thing in the world to number 10 being like a Saber, Apex Prime, whatever Saber makes, I'm going to put this one out of 2. But that is when you compare it to super high performance blasters. When you compare it to other blasters that are manufactured that are secondhand, or I should say aftermarket blasters, and even to some Hasbro products technically, this one actually ranks a solid 7 to an 8. And here's why. First of all, the performance is not necessarily there. It doesn't meet elite standards. But again, I am not judging this one on performance. I'm judging this one on how it works, the form function of it, the actual accessories that come with it, and the overall fun. And let me tell you, this right here, that is fun. The fact that shoots out, even though I can't really catch it very well, it's actually a fun thing. Loading it is a joy. Not to mention, it has a semi-realistic feel when you actually load up shells to load this in. So that's also kind of cool. That never gets old. Any break action that you could do that is kind of neat. The only thing that I would have changed about this blaster personally is the priming mechanism. Back here, that kind of doesn't really do it for me. I wish that they would have actually made this into an actual pump grip instead of just a faux grip. That would have been a better option, but again, we're cherry picking, and it was $16 on Temu. What are you expecting? I'm not expecting blaster gold here. What I'm expecting is something that fires a dart, looks cool, and may or may not perform at a semi-decent rate. It fires darts. It fires standard with darts, which is awesome because 50 cal. It fires half lengths as well as the 3/4 lengths. And yes, I did test with a standard length dart. It will fire. Not very well. You might not make it much across the room, but it does fire. It'll go about 20 feet. So with that being said, it does do what it's supposed to do. And because of that, I am okay with that. The fun factor of it, again, break action, shell ejection, that's cool. There's a lot of blasters out there that just do not do the shell ejection properly. I'm going to look at Busby with their Walking Dead blaster. That, yes, it was a shell-based blaster. It did not eject very well, but this one does. So that's neat. Yeah, all in all, I'm okay with this. Now, who is this blaster for? It is not for me. No, it's not. It's really not. I have fun with this because it brings the inner child in me. It's goofy. But for a 6, 7, even an 8-year-old that wants a fun blaster to play with, that has this thing where they actually want to do something more kinetic with blaster play, this is perfect. This is ideal. It's not going to break your bank. It's not going to break your house. I wouldn't necessarily take it far outside, and you can still find replacement darts for it, which is one of the biggest issues that I have when it comes to foreign manufactured products, and I should say foreign designed products. All too often, I have seen blasters that have come out of Asia, East Asia in particular, where they actually do a specialty dart, or they use some sort of dart type that is very small, and you can't find replacements for it. So that being said, you can technically use something else in the shell as long as it fits, because it is a single load. It gets a pass on me. You can actually find any of these half-length darts at any of the retail stores now. Target, you can actually get you can order the nitro darts. Dart Zone, seriously, get your crap together. Put your half darts back on the shelves. And then in Walmart, you can find the X-Shot half-length darts, the Adventure Force half-length darts, also known as Dart Zone Ember darts. So there you have options for half darts at your big box shelves. Myers does X-Shot as well. So you know what? Let's use half darts in it if you run out of your 3/4 lengths. Or if you have access to a 3D printer, there is a file where you can actually get one of these. It cuts for 3/4 lengths. If you want to get rid of all your standard length darts and actually adjust them to fire with something like this, you just cut them. Boom. That's it. You have darts for days. You'll never run out of darts. I'm not going to quote that trademark. That belongs to Luke and Company over in Washington. So anyways, that being said, yeah, $16, it's okay. I want to thank you all for watching Secondhand Blasters. If you have any blasters that you want me to review, please go ahead and actually leave a mention in the comments or shoot me an email at blastersrevisited@gmail.com. I want to let you all know that we are pretty close to my next giveaway, which is going to be at 500 subscribers. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you have not done so already, or if you know anybody that might be interested in my content, go ahead and actually share it, and please, by all means, have them subscribe. I do want to let you all know that those who do share my content, as long as I can track it on Facebook, because I am on Facebook, look me up at Secondhand Blasters, I will actually be entering you more than once into the giveaway, so you have more chances to win. Until next time, keep on blasting.
Won't stop. Hey!